guys, how are you, my beautiful friends? I'm here today with Flo, looking amazing.
Hi Juan, hi everybody. Thank you for watching this video and welcome to this show when we will be talking about what?
We will be
Ourselves.
talking about ourselves and what is being a starseed because if you
Yeah.
don't know, many of you are starseeds.
We are so scared of dying, and in the reality, ourselves die every day, and every day they have the chance to reborn and configure a completely different thing. But we tend to resist, and we want all the same. We want to keep the same forever because that is like a kind of weird comfort
Security.
zone. But yeah, getting to know yourself involves dying and involves letting go a part of you that was not wrong. It served you for a time, like technology. We love Blu-ray or we love CD rooms. They work for the time. If you want to stick to that forever, you're missing the whole thing. Now we're using YouTube, now we're doing a video. Eventually, maybe we're just talking through telepathy. But getting to know new things is being open-minded and don't suffer that much. Don't get attached to anything. Actually being excited that things are going to change tomorrow, and that's fine. Enjoy everything and keep yourself excited about what's going to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow you wake up and you're a completely different person, and that's all right. And if being a different person involves moving houses, moving countries, speaking a different language, changing your skin color because maybe you live in a country cold and then you move like here in Perth, like it's everyday summer. So I change. You change, we change. You change my culture. Yeah, I cannot even watch soccer anymore because I don't feel that link to supporting Argentina or something, because now I feel more citizen of the world. And that's totally fine. But why we suffer? Because we want to keep being that person that we were yesterday in the present, but our star seed will always pull you to transformation. But the ego is the
To the
mind,
change.
belief system is like, no, and we are in
He's
this
afraid.
battle.
No, don't change.
Have you made
Yes.
major changes in your life, Juan, in your journey of discovering yourself? Have you
If,
been in that process of letting go and letting die all once?
is it really funny because I always I like change. I love change. That's a good thing that I have some program because part of me's program that I love change. So when I'm stuck really long time in the same place, I'm start feeling like no, we need some change. Everything needs to change. We are in a process of change. So that's fun because I'm always moving people to change. Hey guys, when I used to work in a corporation, it was like, hey guys, we need to change. We cannot be here all the time because energy moves and we need movement and we need evolution. And I cannot be what I was when I was 10 years old, because I would be like a really strange old guy being like 10 years old. But we are always changing, and change is good. And maybe tomorrow, what I was talking one day, maybe what I say today, maybe in 10 days, in 10 years, I'm going to say something completely different. But it's okay because in my energy, in my moment, in my space, and with all the people that are resonating with me, it's okay what I'm saying. Maybe in 10 years, I'm going to say something different. I don't know.
How was your transition from corporate job to YouTube channel? So what did you work? What was your job about?
it was really fun, but life was taking me there because things were not going good, and life is stopping you, so you cannot, because your plan is different than what you're doing. So what you're doing in the company or in the corporation, it will not go good because your energy wants you to be somewhere else. And even I was there and I was always helping people and giving like therapies inside the office, you know
Mm.
everything was moving me that I could not stay there. I so I said, like, okay, Jesus, God, or whoever is hearing me, because I don't know if things are gonna be better here in the future, and if I keep working, it's gonna be better, or I don't know if I have to leave. So I don't leave my decision with me. I leave it with you. So if you know that I have to be somewhere else, please make that the company release my contract and give me my fee of. In Mexico, we receive some money if we are rescinded the contract in company. So, and then I knew that it was gonna happen. I knew it. I had to be ready because I knew it's gonna be happening. So I started doing some work, preparing new things, and it started going like faster and faster. And then one day, like, hey, we need to talk to you. We see that you're not really happy here, blah blah blah. Or it's like, yes, where I have to
Yeah.
sign. I knew it was coming, and I
What was your
I
job now? What specialization?
I I studied marketing, so that's
Ah,
why I'm really
marketing.
open and all the things, all these beautiful things that I love computers and I know everything about computers, and I like marketing because I like to know people. I love to know people. So I was in sales for a long time, meeting people, being with people, uh, giving therapy to people as at the same time I was selling them something. It was really fun. And then I had to change, and I thought it would be okay to start giving therapies. And I started a little
Mm.
bit and a little bit and a little bit more, and even working that, my ability started growing, and I kept having many courses of energy and cleaning and meditations, and I also keep what we do in that place. We helped people hear better. That was the company that I was in. So I keep doing those things, but I keep also working. Now I do videos helping people to understand this thing about don't feeling from Earth, feeling like lonely, feeling like their families left you here, because that is a really small reminiscence in their memories that, hey, if I'm not from here, where is my family? They left me here. What happened? Where are they? And sometimes you cannot see them because you're vibrating lower, but your family is with you all the time. They are they're they're right now in my back, right, but in the seventh plane, and maybe sometimes some of the things that I'm saying, they're putting some information that is needed for you to heal or to help you. That's why we were talking, and Flo was talking about someone else. It was like, hey, your guides are putting some information here. Interesting.
And our family is also incarnated, and sometimes we cannot feel them just because we don't recognize each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we don't need to rush the process. Um, everything is, it's not that everything is perfect, but our DNA is perfect. So when we ready, the consciousness is ready to activate the memories, the person will enter into into this need to make changes in their life and get to know themselves, naturally that will happen. And then eventually they will be able to see each other with different eyes, with the third eye. But if we're looking only with the physical eyes, we will tend to see more the differences than the things in common. And I see it. I was even before this video, I was talking with one of my client friends, and we were talking about this topic of twin flame, right? And she's like, "Oh, I don't think this person is my twin flame because we are different." And I was saying to her, the fact that we cannot recognize ourselves in the other person, twin flame, soulmate, family, the name you want to give it to it doesn't mean that we are not connected, that we are not a family or twins. Yes, the egos will always make us try to find similarities based in our eyes, in our rational mind. Yeah. Or I don't know. I eat sugar. I don't eat sugar. So we're different. I don't drink. I don't eat sugar, and this person does, so cannot be my family. That's very in normal in a polarized world as well.
The
She's
ones that
the
eat meat,
Jewish.
the ones that don't eat meat.
Yeah, it's. I believe in Donald Trump. They believe in Biden
Yes.
or whatever.
Yes.
They like communism. They like so we're different, and maybe the people like right now doing work in the world, they are so family as well. The fact that we sometimes don't agree with each other in this human realm, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means a lot, but at the same time, it doesn't mean we are not family. And for the Starseeds, why the family from other realms are not around us? Because when I was, like I told you before about my experience in kindergarten that I couldn't fit in, actually, maybe if I wouldn't have my family, because in kindergarten, in the first years of school, I could still see my spirit guides. I could see Jesus. I was talking all the time. So that's why for me, it was more shocking the shift. Being alone, I could connect with all of this. So I didn't need anything else. Since I knew about the existence of the spirits, but I always see them sometimes, not every time I wanted, since they were not available for me 24/7 in my conscious mind. Of course, they were all the time. I had to connect with other humans. So it's not nice, like, I want to be connected with my other family all the time, but at the same time, it's actually nicer that they're not available all the time, so we can start connecting with them, but incarnated, in the way humans do. So, yeah. So, for Starseeds, it's important to know if you are actually not able to connect much to people like you, incarnated, or people like you not incarnated, is because you don't need it now, because it's a trap as well for Starseeds to create, because we are incarnated in this 3D world, which is polarity. The trap is if you're not prepared to meet your soulmates and still remember your soul purpose and do it correctly, the trap is you become polarized and only catch up with your tribe, with your people, stick to your twin flame and disappear from the world. And again, what I said at the beginning, the big thing, the big purpose of the Starseed is to awake the consciousness of oneness, and that's not going to happen if you only hang up with your people. Or worst, if you only can connect with happiness when you are alone, talking to spirit. Like that's not conscious of oneness. Gives you
Yes.
pleasure because you feel comfortable, but it still create a comfort zone that keeps you separate from what you are here to do.
Is like, for example, some of these gurus that they are
Mm,
not allowed to be touched or to be
mm,
to talk to people, to remind people, and they are separated. They stop evolving because they need to be live the reality. I have friends that they're like always meditating 20, casi almost like one from one to meditation to the next, and I was like, hey, where is your life? Where is being with
mm,
your kid? Where is going to the with the family? So that
mm,
is important because that what we came here to learn and to accomplish how to connect everything. So that's why if you are not ready, they're not gonna show you the candies that they're like
mm,
these travels and connecting. I always like to some meditation that I do. They're like cosmic voyage. I call them that because I take people to other planets. But
nice.
if I wouldn't connect to this Earth, I would be flying all the time into other
Mhm,
planets, and because life in those places is amazing. It's amazing because we don't know it, he, but the other, if I would be talking with these live beings, they would tell me, no, 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 my Earth is not important.
exactly.
Yours is amazing because
But Juan,
Earth
that
is
happened
amazing.
already. In our very recently, we experienced during the 60s, people will accelerate the process of opening the third eye, connect with other realms through chemicals, LSD,
Mm,
and see what happened. They will go
they got
out and
lost.
live in communities, and at some stage, they wouldn't even honor the physical body anymore. And yeah,
They
it's
were
just about doing some research about the 60s and the 70s and the 50s, 60s, 70s, and talk to your parents or grandparents, or watch documentaries and see what happened when people fall in this
they were
trap of disconnecting
always
completely.
high. They were
Hmm.
always high. They were always living in the other world, and their lives were like
And they
garbage.
got lost.
And they got
Mm-hmm.
lost,
Mm-hmm.
really lost, and so that was one of the waves of these star seeds that came into Earth. And as we said, nothing is perfect, but
Yeah.
it was really difficult for them to hold to this Earth because they were really sensitive. And then
But Juan, the system collaborated. The system
I
felt it
know, I
and give them the
know.
candy.
Yes,
Use our
obviously.
escape. Waste,
They, they
waste your
made the
life.
drugs.
Don't
Yes,
bother.
they made the drugs. They showed them how to use them. They showed them this is
Absolutely.
really cool
Yeah.
because the other side didn't want them to wake up
Hmm.
because let me share a little bit of what is the life of these of the other guys, and so they are the mighty powerful guys that they own everything. They live in Switzerland in really big mansions, and they have everything: planes, cars, helicopters, food, everything they ever wanted. They have it there. So, do you think they want to leave their castles and their big money? No, they don't, because they have slaves working for them. We used to be the
And that's
slaves.
their comfort
We're
zone
cutting
as
those.
well. That's their comfort zone, and they will resist
Yes, yes, because
and not leave it and do
at
everything
the
to stay
end,
there.
when in the future, when the Earth evolves, they're gonna evolve too. They're gonna be going to
Yeah.
the to the light too,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the
Because
whole
we are all brothers and
consciousness is
sisters.
gonna be saved.
You have the different scales of what means resistance. Resisting in your individual, like we said before, if you don't want to, you feel like leaving your job because you're not happy anymore, because you need to renew yourself, but you delay it or you don't want to. And in big in a scenario, people could for so long, thousands of years, been owning the world basically, and the resistance surely is bigger than yours in your little job at the end, being one employee, you
Yeah.
know. So imagine the owner. So for them, and we see it all the time. The series in Netflix, you know, like when they show you big mafia people that you see, for instance, I don't know, Pablo Escobar, and I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just highlighting when you see that everything is at risk, and you feel like when you're watching this series, and you're like, why, if everything is at risk, why you don't step out? You know, but they can't because they stay there to the end in every, not
Mhm.
only series, like any, pick any of the stories of people in the world, you know, who were powerful very quickly, you know, or not very quickly, kings, and but they will attach, even when from outside it's easy to see, you know, that there's no happiness, there's no enlightenment, there's no, but for them, Hitler, like, it's difficult when they get into that. Doesn't matter how advanced is the soul, enter into that trap, you know, of the 3D, which is amazing. It's actually a good trap because it's functional as well. Because it's the quickest way, the egos are the quickest way to
Yeah.
transcend this. Because if the people, all these people who were actually making trouble to others, if they wouldn't be blind with the egos, they will stay for longer. Because we were blind with the egos, they, like we say in Spanish, cavan su propia fosa, ¿no? Es como que
Mhm.
they booty, they make their own booty is the word, like, you know, they
I
work
don't
on
remember.
self-destruction. It's so perfect. The
They cave
Matrix
their
is
own.
perfect.
They dig their own.
They dig their own thumb.
Ah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Their own cave.
We do. I mean, we are the same, right? Try anything. If you will stay in corporate when you didn't feel it anymore, or people stay with a partner that you knew, or whatever thing, you just do it because it was your comfort zone and you want to resist. At the end, you're just working on self-destruction, and that's amazing because
Yes.
self-destruction gives you the possibility to die and come back, and we see and try again from scratch. It's like when you're playing a game and you're going doing very bad, better to finish
Mm.
and start again. And for us, it's so difficult sometimes to see our loved ones who pass away, and we're like, oh no, why grandfather passed away? But honestly, grandfather already made so many decisions, and he wouldn't be able to change anything. So maybe the best thing for grandfather was to leave this plane and come back as a children and start from scratch again, you know?
And opening the doors of these new options or these new for them is amazing, and leaving them to see the world again and see it clean
Mm-hmm.
is so being a baby with a new mind. That was the idea of the world, having everything new again, have a new opportunity of living. But I want to tell you something really really fun. And if you think that you're like really bad and you have made everything wrong, don't worry, because I know someone that really, we said metió la pata, he made something really really wrong, and that was Jesus. And let me share you this story because I
Please.
I it was amazing because I felt I was taken to a friend when she came to Earth, and I was seeing that she came. I saw her coming in the moment that Jesus was being held in the cross, and I felt really mad because it was like hey, Jesus, why are you in the cross? It was not supposed you to die in the cross. That was not the story. What are you doing there? Get out of it. Like, use your powers and save yourself. What is wrong? I was up there. I felt I was up there in this other frequency, in this other dimension. Maybe a ship, I don't know. It was somewhere else. I was looking down and was like, what are you doing? And I knew, and I noticed that he made an error in the process. You remember when they said that Jesus was really,
He
really
made an
mad?
error. Okay, yes. Mhm.
uh, Jesus was mad because when he entered to this church,
Yeah,
there were people
yeah,
selling the forgiveness
yeah,
of God. And
yeah.
oh
And he
my
was mad,
God,
very human.
Jesus
Yeah,
experienced ego and he
yeah.
was really
I thought
mad.
exactly the same. But hey, that helped me a lot to see, okay, I'm that person many times, but if he he could fix his
And
mistake, I could fix my mistake as well. But yeah.
yes, yes. And if you have
Yeah.
a mistake, don't worry about it. Jesus has
Yeah.
made it worse
Yeah.
because the line of time was written not to die. He was not programmed to die in this line of time. So when
Okay.
he made that, he broke the line of time, and because he was really, really mad. And then when I heard it, he said, God, I lost the line of time and I trust you completely. So I surrender you the control of the lines of times, all the lines of times, everything
Mm.
to you. So I accept anything that I have to learn and to process. So that's
Mm.
why one day before, if you could see, I saw Jesus was maybe 10,000 people were with him. He had thousands of followers. You cannot imagine how many. It was amazing. So if they saw that someone was going to kill him, there was going to be a revolution. So what Jesus did, he told his friends to take the people to another place, and he said, I'm going to talk to you guys in 2 days in this mountain. And he took
Mm.
everyone to somewhere else. So when it was a time for them to the governor to make everything else and to take him to the cross, so there was no process because he knew that there was something else that God knew he needed to experience that, and he had faith in God and let it happen.
Mm.
So trust,
Mm.
and so just
Yeah.
if you made something wrong, don't worry. He
Yeah.
made it something bigger,
Yeah.
so you're like you're
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely. Should
And
we leave
these,
this
yes, yes, yes,
today and continue another day?
yes, yes. It is
So
so fun and talking
yeah,
about
it's like
everything.
already 1 hour and 23 minutes. So I think it's
Oh
a big
my
video for
God.
people
Yes, yes, yes.
to watch
So
already. For us, time flies. So I felt like it was very quickly, but if you're watching the video, it's already like long time listening to us.
happens to me all the time. Happens to me all the time. Like I'm trying to do like a short video. Like yes, yes, it's so amazing. Having so much fun.
And I think that that last message of yours is something that we all need to process, and integrate. It's not just what he once said, but I think we need to continue reflecting on that after the video.
Ah,
After
yes,
the video
yes.
finish, yeah.
So thank you very much for everyone for being here. I hope to see you soon again, and we will be getting ready
Yeah.
for new shows.
Yes, absolutely. And maybe we can do something similar in Spanish as well and see, I don't know. I don't know, whatever thing is needed, I'm here to to open my heart to the experience.
Bye.
Mwah! Thank you so much to everyone. Starseeds, love yourself. Reflect about Jesus' story. That is pretty cool. And do something for the rest of the human beings so you become happy. Because the key of happiness for Starseeds is opening our heart for other people to suck themselves in our love. And that's the key of happiness.
Thank you very much
Right.
for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mwah.
Flo.
Thank you, Juan. Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye bye.